All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Facebook Friday. Today, we are joined by the gorgeous Mariah Fox. She's here to help us answer some beauty questions. Mariah is a biomedical engineer. She's the first assist to a board-certified plastic surgeon, and she's a certified esthetician. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So Mariah, a lot of my clients come in and I can only help them so far. I help them with the nutrition side of things. I can get them physical training. I can refer them to yoga classes, dance classes. But when it comes to skin, we get a lot of questions. So I have 3 questions for you today, and I'm curious to see what you say. Our first one is from Sandra Collins. Hi, Sandra. And she says, since I have gotten older, I have noticed the skin around my neck has become looser, especially since I've been working out. Do you have any tips for that? So I'm guessing like here, this type of area.
Yeah, so the submentum, a lot of jawline and submentum versus the neck is a problem area for a lot of people. There's a few different definition problems that kind of start off the issue. One, submentum being jawline, which would be from your cricoid processor where you swallow to here. So that fullness that happens under there volume-wise, a double chin, is going to be separate to the neck. When you are dealing with the neck, you have what's called platysmal bands. So these are these bands that come out, and the thinner that you are, and over time, as collagen and everything breaks down, they open and protrude. So that's when you get that turkey neck, people call, with the 2 that come down here. So there are surgical and non-surgical options for skin tightening of the neck, especially post weight loss. The surgical option would be for you to go in and have a facelift or what's called plication of the platysmal bands, where they essentially suture them together and kind of pull them up and back. Or there's a non-surgical option, which we do at our office. Actually, we are the certified training center in what's called ULL therapy, which is ultrasound-based therapy. So what it does is it utilizes sound waves to poke holes, essentially, into the SMAS layer, which is the sheath that covers your muscle. So when you do a surgical facelift, the surgeon removes the face from the fascia and then uses a cauterizer to burn holes into that sheath, and that sheath kind of goes and tight. Then they remove the skin surgically, and that's what a facelift is. This uses ultrasound. It's topical on the skin, and it pulses with the screen so you can see the exact layers of tissue. And you find those layers, and then you use the ultrasound, and it's a topical treatment. And that will cause the skin to pull back and retract. It will also debulk the submental area, which is when people have that heaviness here. And it will pull back the skin, and it'll etch out the jawline. So all therapy or surgically would be my 2 best suggestions for that.
Okay, so there you go. You have a couple options for that. I would definitely, for me, I would choose the non-invasive. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, no downtime, no anesthesia, no risk, no clinic. And we now are the company that's purchased it is MERS, and I actually went, when I got the machine, I've had it 6 years, and learned with the guy who invented the machine. So I have an advanced certification that I'm now going to be teaching. So I have a few doctors that I'm training now in that specific procedure.
Oh, wonderful. So there you go. Question answered. Hit up Mariah for sure. Okay, so our next question is from Anonymous, and it says, I'm on the keto diet, which is supposedly high in collagen. However, I've noticed my skin is drying, and I am consuming collagen daily. How do I know if it's the right type of collagen or if I'm getting enough?
So collagen can be taken in several different forms, but when you're doing a keto-based diet, as you know, you're basically tricking your system into doing something different. And it's going after stored fat areas like your brown fat or fat that's around your internal organs. And by tricking your body, it also tricks all of the cells into reacting into a different way. So every cell that you have in your body, every cell is made of collagen. So though you may be taking it when your body is doing something reactive like a keto, where it's changing its processes, going to take from stored areas first. And one of the stored areas that we have the most of would be in our skin. So a really good way, if you do eat meat, to take in collagen when you're on keto is to do the bone broth, which if you go online, I'm sure you guys have a great recipe for. Go to the butcher, get the big cow bovine bones,
Yep.
down, and then you can get the big ice cube trays that have 4 big, and freeze them and do like a cup a day. And that goes in directly into the intestines and puts itself into the skin. Whereas when you're taking collagen in a powder form, it has to run through your digestive system and in through the kidneys until it processes it secondary. So by taking in the bone broth, it's going to go through the intestines as a secondary response and go directly into the skin. So bone broth would be one of my, I would say, quickest responses. The other thing I like to put patients on, especially if they're in the beginning processes, is a drink called Juven, which is a collagen and growth factor. It's basically a post-surgical drink. I would combine the two. I wouldn't drink it all the time, so I have a lot of sugar, but they do have a non-sugar version.
Okay.
But by drinking bone broth, natural, fastest way to get collagen from your digestive system into your cells.
Right, because it doesn't have to go through all of the processes, like you said, and become secondary then. Especially, I'm not sure if you're diabetic, Anonymous, or not, but you definitely want to pay attention to your collagen levels, type 1, type 2, if you are diabetic, for sure. So there's other things to consider when you take on a diet like that. If you want to submit your email, we can go ahead and answer any questions you may have. Maybe keto diet just isn't the right diet for you too. So you have to kind of weigh those things. I would definitely try the bone broth, like Mariah said, absolutely 100% first, and then go from there. Okay, our last question is from Erin. Erin, I do not know if you're male or female, so hopefully Mariah can speak to both here. She says, this is a skin and hair issue. So I have been receding, my hairline has been receding for the last 3 years. It is becoming noticeably different. I've noticed that the areas where my scalp meets my forehead has become severely dry and is easily sunburned. I'm not sure if I should be using something like Rogaine or if my diet is causing this. Do you have any recommendations? That's a tricky one. So I was like, I need to ask Mariah that. That's a Mariah area.
So it's a couple different things. So I'm a firm believer in food allergy testing.
And I wonder where they could get that done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because sometimes you'll be eating something that you're mildly allergic or you have genetic markers to develop an allergy for that isn't a direct systematic, like anaphylactic type allergy. A lot of the times that the skin, so the scalp and face are going to react in 2 different ways. When you have a reaction, if it does act in a flaky, peely, scaly way, it's either a food reaction. So I would definitely ask for that first. And then from there, if it is a skin issue that is manifesting in the hair, you can combination treatment. So the first thing that I would do is if you're a naturalist, like a tea tree oil with a little bit of baking soda in the shampoo. From there, if you're not, there are some prescription grade products that can be done, if it is like a psoriasis or, specific skin condition. I would suggest you see someone if it isn't diet related, because there are some skin issues that, again, it could be just a cream, a medication.
Right.
If legitimately affecting the growth of the hair, you could then entertain PRP, which is the platelet-rich plasma. We take your blood and we separate out the plasma, and that's injected into the hair, into the scalp all over. We incorporate that with red light therapy, and then I'm not a MLM person, so please don't take it as anything other than. Product line out called Monat, M-O-N-A-T. It's a shampoo and conditioner. They have a male one called Black, which is a male, it smells masculine.
Musky.
Musky.
Yeah.
It as a shampoo and conditioner. And I can tell you, my husband had male pattern baldness, like horseshoe all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
I literally used it with him as just default. Like a friend of mine was selling it.
Right, right.
I had done the HCG diet, and I did, which, keto type.
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
lot of my hair fell out. I was like
Mm-hmm.
really, really thinning.
Mm-hmm.
So I started using it as well. So I got a lot of growth from it. And then his actually started to like grow in where you could see just patches. So
Wow.
it's a really good stimulant. It's just a shampoo line that happens to be
Mm-hmm.
good for hair growth.
Okay.
It doesn't have the side effects that Rogaine can sometimes have for people that use it long term.
Mm-hmm.
Rogaine is something I would again have your skin tested prior to using, because it is a medication, and there are side effects. And if you have other medical conditions, it can be counterproductive.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wow. Thank you for all this information. I know you've been in and out of surgeries all day and meetings all day. Thank you for penciling us in. We appreciate it. So yes, it's been awesome. So if you guys have any more, I would almost go as far as saying health and wellness, like we provide, skin conditions, beauty questions, definitely hit Mariah up at Timeless Surgical Center. Timeless and beautiful, right?
Timeless.com. Yep.
Yes. Awesome.
Facebook and Instagram, and
All
just feel free consultation. So you can always come and ask and talk, and we'll figure it out.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So we'll go ahead, and Mariah's info will be plugged underneath this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and we will talk to you next Friday.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Thank you.